meet again, world. Gasinc TV with my guy, Matt. I cannot pronounce the last name right, so can you please pronounce it right for the world for me?
Yeah, my name's Matt Spezia. I'm initially from Leavenworth, Kansas. Currently reside here in Topeka. I've been doing a lot and really excited to sit down with you, man. You were truly one of those first people that, believed in me on the hip hop side of the community. I just got to sit down with Alex about a week ago in Topeka, and he was one of those first people that believed in me on the poetry side of things. So I really like the cyclicality of life this last week.
Man, like you said, y'all might not know. Well, you should if you're on Facebook, man. How many times have you won it in Chicago? What's it called?
The national awards. I'm a 4-time national award-winning artist now.
Okay, so he gets down. You know what I mean? Straight gets down. So you're from Leavenworth, right? I see you recently graduated. Where'd you graduate from?
I graduated from Washburn University. I was a business major there.
Business major, okay. I seen you. Yeah, we getting right into it. There was an award you won an award. What was that about?
So that was recently in September. The first weekend in September is always National Award Weekend.
Okay.
And for the third year in a row, I was nominated for Slam Artistry and went up there. And because of popular vote, you got to have your fans involved with it. If you don't have that team effort behind it, it's like sucks to suck kind of moment.
Right.
But for the third year in a row, the lovely souls of the team effort that supports me allowed me to win as Slam Artist of the Year.
Okay. And I've heard a couple of them. I've seen a lot of them on Facebook, man. And I think how you portray stuff when you say it is dope to me. You know what I mean? It's not like you sugarcoat it. You go right in. I remember when I first met you on the stage, battle rapping. I was intrigued because you weren't like the normal, what you always hear. You know what I mean? It was something behind what he was saying. And I was like, wow, man, y'all listening to what he's saying? You know what I mean? And I don't think they were. And I don't think it was that. I think it was maybe the second time I seen you. You had gave me that CD.
Yeah, I gave you Poetry in Motion. And I've always tried to be that way. It's like I love what modern instrumentalism sounds like in hip hop. I love that sound. I love the way that modern hip hop is composed.
Right.
Since about like 2005 to now, I love the compositions. But these MCs are so whack, bro. And I'm just like, there's got to be a better way. Like, hip-hop used to be so conscious. Like,
right.
It was so about community and involving yourself in it. Even if it was the negative side of things, it was still constantly speaking on community.
Right.
And a lot of the times it was positive, and I feel like hip-hop kind of lost its direction there.
Right.
And that's what I try to bring back to it. That's why I call the genre that I do rhythm-assisted poetry.
Gotcha. And I agree with you. The music... I mean, this is catch-22 when I say that, because I remember growing up in Thuggish Ruggish Bone. I'm going to use that for example. When they came out, it was like, what the fuck are they, what are they saying? You know what I mean? My parents, because my mom, she put me on Too Short NWA. So when she heard that, she was like, what are they saying? You know what I mean? Like, it's the new wave. It's the same thing. So I understand what's going on now with the music, but there's nothing behind what they say. Back then we had a fight to get heard. Then we get paid. Now it's like they don't have to fight to get heard, but they get paid before they really actually get heard. So they're going with the fad, because if this guy this is just my theory, if they only give him $2 million, I'm going to say the same thing he's saying. I'm going to get $2 million.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sad.
Right.
Sad.
And I see what you're saying on that, and I'm not hating on people making money or doing their dream.
Right.
Like,
Do you?
A lot of people want to be an artist. Like, salute to you. You made it.
Right.
Do you? But what I'm saying is, it has to be lyrics. There has to be some element of poetry behind it, because that's how you describe great hip hop songs.
Right.
Even critics do. They're like, this is a poetic song.
Yeah.
Like, it can be hard. It can
it's
be.
It's a story though, and there's like you said, there's lyrics and there's a story behind it.
Yeah. It's like I can break it down what people are saying there, and it's like you're losing art when you're not articulating, when you're not purposely delivering a message, when you're just mumbling and
raps,
mashing stuff together that's just, this sounds cool, but there's no substance behind it.
Right. That's the going trend. So what made you? I mean, what got you into poetry, into music? Because it's not like you're mediocre. Y'all need to go first. Where can I hear some at?
You can definitely hear me at mattspeziamusic.com. That's Matt with 2 T's, S-P-E-Z as in zebra, I-A music.com. Or wherever you buy or stream digital music. It's literally everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Amazon.
Not lying.
Every site you want to go to. But if you don't want to make me pay 1,000 third parties, mattspeziamusic.com.
Gotcha. So, at what age, I should ask, did you get into it, or did you start writing, or?
Yeah, so I've always really been interested in music. I've, always really loved music. When most kids, they wanted a gift, they'd be like, let me get this Xbox or let me get this pack of cards or something like that. I'm always like, can I get that new CD though? So it started really young. I learned how to play instruments. I started with a 6-string guitar and learned how to play bass guitar. And from that instrumentation, I wanted to make real music, not just instrumentalism.
Right.
So, tried writing music, realized I couldn't sing like at
Me either.
all.
Me either.
So I started writing, and I got really into poetry for the composition of it, the technicality of it, and the free formness of it,
Right.
where you can create message to tempo.
Gotcha.
And from that, I was like, this could go really good with this type of music, and started incorporating it. And it's grown into what it is today, where it's international, it's
Right.
all over the country.
You see me smiling, they don't know. I'm about to get in. Can they see your sweater, man? Is that the? Yeah, he's plugged in, man.
Yeah,
I better ask somebody, man.
I got signed for a decade-long deal with CX1 DJs and ED Entertainment. That's an Atlantic Records affiliate, and absolutely bringing it back here to the community. On October 6th, we've got our
Tell them.
on October 6th, y'all, we got our Rock Yo City event, and it's gonna be crazy. I got Atlantic Records coming up. I got CX1 DJs coming up. I got E&E Entertainment coming up, and we want to see you. Like, besides myself, my manager, and one of my label mates, everyone else on stage for this 8-hour event is going to be local talent if we can make that possible. And we want to see you. We are actively looking for talent because they were impressed with what I've been doing, and I'm like, I am not alone. Come see how awesome my city is.
Tap in, y'all, man. October 6th, right?
October
Where's it gonna
6th
be
at the Booby Trap. It's the
Booby
first
Trap.
Saturday of October. It's only $30 to perform in front of that crowd. And if you just want to come, it's only $20 for an 8-hour concert showcasing all kinds of local talent.
Yeah, man. I've seen some flyers and some other stuff. It's gonna be a real deal, man. Really, really need to get there if you're a musician or artist. But so what? As far as music, who were your favorite artists? Who you like to listen to if you listen to anything?
Oh, we need to narrow that question down, my man.
Okay. Let's break it down. Who did you listen to and was like, oh, I think I can get down in the booth. I think I can put the 2 on the 10 and get this together.
Okay, so hip hop influences, definitely tech. Everyone in Strange Music was a huge influence. But my love for hip hop and rap music started with Rage Against the Machine, with that faster tempo, because I grew up loving rock.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine is dope.
I heard that, and I was like, I got interested in the genre because of that, and expanded into it, and because of just how I listened to music, had to start old, you got to start with Flash and move forward,
right.
And work your way through the 80s, the 90s, and up to now. So, a lot has influenced it. I really love the early 80s boom bap.
That was dope.
That kind of instrumentalism where there's a bounce to it. It's so strict to meter as far as technical hip hop writing. The aggression in the mid 90s, politically, societally, and amongst the artists of the day it's inspiring to see how you grow from that adversity. How they all used the heat they were putting on each other and got bigger because of it.
They do.
And how it inspired them to be the artists they came into in their later careers and everything. And then early 2000s hip hop is, that's the transition period between purely focusing on lyrics and worrying more about the instrumentalism. Right. Is that early 2000s period. And I'm not knocking that at all, but
it was a change. It was more
from hip hop going from we're going to focus on meter, rhyme scheme, and the aspects of writing to the beat matters more.
Gotcha.
And
the Zaytoven and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Manny Freshes. Okay, who else was popping during that time? You're right though, because it was their names that was pushing the labels. They had who was with Master P? Beats by the pound, and that's what and you're right, because during that time frame, that's what you would say. Beats by the pound with Manny Fresh. You're right. And it was a big change, and I think there's a lot of things that knocked us off course too, because it's selling now. Back then, that stuff went out of sold at all. Like you said, I'm not knocking it, but there's a time change in that in the world, or in comedy or whatever, as far as what we was actually purchasing. You know what I mean? They would have dropped that in late 90s, early 2000s. They might have flopped.
Right.
You know what I mean? That Laffy Taffy stage, D4L, right in there, right when Hot Boys was bling blinging, that was a major change, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was more materialistic in the beats.
Right, and that's when you started seeing every song had to have a dance that went with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't organic. because dance and street DJs have always had a place in hip hop. They've
Yeah.
always been a huge influencer of it. That's where we got early
DJ,
instrumentalism was break DJs.
And it was a DJ, and the MC would do his thing, and
But now we have entertainers. We don't have MCs.
yeah.
So for people like me, sometimes I get a little disheartened because it's like when you have an entertainer and you're expecting an MC, it's like cooking something in a microwave that should be cooked in an oven.
Fries.
So it's like I can't really expect the same results.
Right.
So that's something that I try to address. The need to be better in our music because it has an impact societally.
And you have a story to tell.
It's like if music isn't making you think, you're not inspiring anybody.
True.
You're not. Even if what you're inspiring, some people may not agree with.
Right.
But you're still making somebody think. You're doing your job as an artist. You have a responsibility when somebody hands you that microphone to make them think about the world. It can be a party song, but tell me a story about it, man.
Like Slick Rick and how them used to do. It was always stories or message behind it, like you said. There is that. There is none of that. It's perk. or I mean, I don't know. It's just a repetitive thing.
Yeah, and there's a study that's out. I can't remember who did it, but they lined it up on a Cartesian plane, first coordinate, and tracked the slope of vocabulary as far as longevity. Like the more vernacular somebody utilizes, the longer they last. Gotcha. So you can plot it over time, and you see these artists have this normal, this bell curve shape.
Right.
For they last, they drop off and go away, and they had this bell curve up until like 2012, when you started seeing this, party rap, the LMFAO rap type stuff. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, sometimes you just want some stupid music.
That's it.
But when that started, the bell curve turned into a 45-degree angle. It was either you made it and lasted or no.
And nothing at all. I got a question. We're talking about this. Man, who won the battle?
With me?
No.
Okay. The other pigmentally challenged people in this game.
Just give me your way in on it. I just want to know.
Okay, so one, it did take Eminem like 6 years.
It did.
And like going back and listening to it, it's like M's is like harder because it's like nothing. MGK made a song.
Right.
Eminem made a diss. But like as far as effectiveness, like if you metric it out,
right.
Eminem's killing him. If you look at the metrics of it, like people listening to it, people buying it, sharing it, all that stuff, Eminem's killing him.
Got you.
I don't see why though. Like Eminem, like MGK dropped that like 2 days after Kamikaze released, or was it the next day?
It was the next day, I think.
One
of those two. One or two.
Yeah, it was just like right there time frame. And he made a whole song with some great, like, what's more quotable? The
True.
MGK song.
It is. Right.
What's more ingrained? The MGK song. And like as far as effectiveness of it, like people are talking about MGK, nobody was talking about MGK.
It shocked me. I was at work, and it hit me up. I'm like, what? Went to break, heard it. I was like, wow. Okay.
And I've been rocking with MGK since Chip Off the Block.
I always liked him. The
dude is hot.
Yeah, he got some heat. He went in on him. You know what I mean? And the Kamikaze, I don't know. Maybe Eminem. And I didn't even listen to the last CD. I'm just different with music now. But people talking about the last CD he did, and that's why he did this because it wasn't as good. For MGK to come back in 1 or 2 days, I was impressed. and then it was the delay in Eminem, and everybody was waiting. And I don't know if it was a marketing scheme or what he was doing, but
right. I mean, 2 weeks and 3 interviews later, we got that from the great Eminem. Like nobody's denying that Eminem's changed hip hop. He is
he did
financially most successul, one of the most impactful. Like if you're talking about impact, you cannot leave him off your list.
I was expecting Marshall Mathers to come out. Mushroom World, when I thought that Marshall was going to come out.
Right, and he mentioned Haley and everything, and I was like, man, this is going to be, this is going to be crazy.
But
to me, it kind of missed the mark.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him because he just used up so much of it in The Ringer, which was an amazing song.
That was amazing too.
So, but that is what it is.
Sorry, I had to get off track. Now, there was the first one I was talking about, you got an award in college, man. And they flew you, I think, to California.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What was that? Was that like that was for business? And what did you have to set up a plan? What did you?
So you're talking about the pitch competition.
Yes.
Which is a thing that Washburn University does. Basically, you come up with a business idea, you pitch it to them, and the person who presents, what looks like the best plan, gets rewarded for it.
Gotcha.
And they ended up flying me out to Tampa for it. Made a lot of really cool connections out there. Learned a lot about, macro marketing through that whole experience and everything. Have been moving forward with that, and used what they gave me to do that to make that final push and take myself from local, really well known locally, and can do shows locally, and branched out to a couple cities to now international with a little bit of investing. And I tell people, it's like, you got to invest in yourself. It makes all the difference when I stepped it up from going to somebody's house and recording in an angled off room with something to recording at Studio 3 Productions, Rod DeMoss out in Kansas City. And I mean, it made all the difference in my sound. And because of that, I was able to, show the label that I'm signed with, this is what I got, this is what my music sounds like, and how it's progressed. And, they were super impressed with it. So, a lot of credit has to go to Studio 3 for, that step up, but you got to invest in yourself.
You got to quit cutting them corners, man. If you really, like you said, if you're really about your craft, you got to invest in yourself. Cutting the corners, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I mean? I heard stories of when I was really into music, talking to executives. They're like, yeah. At that time, I think they were using emails or something. I can't remember how they were taking it, but they were saying, if you send me a CD and you got your name in, I'm gonna throw it right in the trash. And I was like, I done did that numerous times, not knowing. Like,
it's like it costs like $1.10 to get you to get you the type of paper that needs it. It's like $3. You can design the stuff, print you a label, stick that on there. Like, it's gonna cost you about $1 a CD. It's not bad.
It's worth it though.
Make that little impact in itself. Like the phrase "first impressions are everything" is everything. Like,
it literally is.
If I'm handing you a burnt CD, like a just blank burnt CD, nothing on it, I'll put it. I have been handed a CD that didn't even have a case on it. It was just
here. See, you lucky.
It's like, what am I supposed to do with this, bro?
I mean, you lucky. I'm gonna take it, but I know it's gonna get put in that pile. And it's going to have to be one of them messed up days. And I'm just like, man, here. But yeah, it's all bad. Were there any points with you starting? 'Cause I know, like with me rapping, it was performing. When I was younger, I hated performing. It was just that stage fright. You know what I mean? So is there anything that made you feel like you couldn't do it when you first started, or maybe gave you the bubble guts? You know what I mean?
Not really with performing, because I have such a background speaking, like with public speaking, that it wasn't really a problem. I did debate and forensics all through high school. I was, did project talks all through school. So I really liked public speaking. That wasn't an issue for me. I was pretty good at it. So that way it wasn't it. It was more. I started as a poet when I started performing. So I've always had the poetry community slowly start believing in me and everything. There wasn't really a barrier to that.
Right.
But when I branched out and tried to go hip hop, initially people were like, "You're a poet. The hell do you
What's
mean?"
going on? Right.
So that took some convincing to them. And I mean, once people hear me, they're like, it's a completely different story.
Yeah. Wow. Right.
Yeah, I get a lot of, I was not expecting that.
Like, come on, man. What did you
It's like, man, they handed me a microphone. What was you expecting?
Wait, he said that. Yeah, that's me. So, high school, where do you do? Highland Park, Topeka High. You was in Leavenworth.
Yeah, I went to Lansing High School.
Lansing.
It's a little town. It tries to be a separate thing from Leavenworth. It's really not. Don't let them fool you. But I grew up right outside of Lansing Penitentiary, literally the distance from the building we're in to the building across the street. Outside my bedroom window, quite literally, every day was a prison.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, I went to Lansing, graduated from there, then came on out here to Washburn to go to business school. And, the decision to come to Topeka, I wouldn't even begin to know where I would be without that, because, I mean, it really did all start, right here. I've always loved music and everything, but I never got on stage to perform that.
Gotcha.
Until I got to Topeka. And this is such an amazing community that, once you start to know people and, you start engrossing yourself in it, as long as you're not, just complete butt juice, they're going to embrace you.
Facts. What was your first, was it at the movie shop, your first time on stage? Or
my first time on stage was actually over at, I don't know if you remember this, Skivvies, over on Kansas Avenue with Speakeasy Poetry. It's a open mic here in Topeka. It's a really awesome thing.
It's still going, right?
Yeah, it's just an open mic, man. And,
What, any particular nights?
it was on Tuesdays over there. It's now every first Wednesdays at Noto Burrito over in the Noto Arts District.
Check that out.
Yeah, if it's your first time on stage, or you love writing poetry, or anything, go over there. It's a really awesome community. Annette Billings and Sue Edgerton are the people to talk to about that, and I mean they're phenomenal souls. They're amazing.
I'm gonna go check that out.
But yeah, that's where it started here in Topeka, man. And it wasn't too long after that I got on stage at the Booby Trap battling, and man, that took off after the first time the first time I got on stage at the Booby Trap, like you said, I don't think they was listening. Like,
They weren't. I was like, I think I was hosting. Was I hosting? Was it? No, was that Forever After Bread's event?
Yeah, the first time over at the Booby Trap was the Forever After Bread event. Well, the first time I was battling over at the Booby Trap. And yeah, so they didn't like me the first time. I don't know what it was.
It was tripping.
But after that, I ended up coming back to the next event and winning it. And then there was a battle about a year ago. I faced a dude, and I saw a Facebook comment the other day that they were still clowning him about that. You can find that on YouTube.
Yeah, hey, on Gasinc TV, man. Y'all can go on the page and tap in with it and see what he's talking about. I recorded that one too. But any future plans of what's going on next year? Anything coming up besides October 6th?
Yeah, so after the October 6th event, Rock Hill City, tickets available on Eventbrite.
Say that again so they hear you.
Oh, yeah, so...
yeah, tell them.
No, so October 6th at the Booby Trap, tickets are available on Eventbrite, 30 to perform, 20 to come see it. Really awesome opportunity, and that's what I got a lot of focus on, because, I mean, this community has allowed me to be so much here in Topeka. It really has. It's taken... I've always wanted to be on stage. I've always wanted to be a musician and be able to do art. Right. And it started in Topeka, and they've allowed me to be this national artist. Like, I literally got to perform in Jamaica this year.
Like, was anybody else perform when you went out there?
One of my mentors, Black Ice, was down there with me. He was getting married. He brought me down there to film and perform a show with him.
That's what's up. Film. You film too?
Mm-hmm. I'll do film. I do a little bit of everything, man. I host radio. I do graphic design, video design. I do mixing and mastering. I do a little bit of everything, quite honestly.
Gotcha. Man of many traits.
Hey, the more versatile. I learned this from one of my football coaches growing up. He was talking about you got to play as many positions on the field as you can, because you're more likely to make the team. And that stuck with me for life. Like,
that's real.
Know how to do more things, and you're more likely to make the team.
Gotcha. Live, you learn. You were also talking earlier. You said you're working with the local high school too. Now you just got hired as the debate coach, or?
Yeah, so I'm a Rule 10 coach there. I help with the debate and forensics program at Highland Park High School here in Topeka, and that's been amazing. It's like I've only been there for about 4 weeks now, and it's been really cool getting to do all of it. This year's topic is something that's really heavy and talked about a lot in modern politics, and we're getting to introduce this to high school kids and teach them how to think critically about the world around them. And not only that, but be able to state their position and come up with positions.
Gotcha.
Not only know how to find the information, but make a stance on it. And I think that's so important to have those critical thinking and communication skills. And it's like that work ethic. Right. And I will take a C student with an A+ work ethic over an A student with a C work ethic every day. Every day, every time.
Got you.
Because you can outwork talent. You can outwork connections.
True. You're right. Right. Yeah, man, I salute you for that, man. Highland Park, man. If y'all ain't from here, man, there's a lot of people there, it's had its rough days, good days, man. So to see you going out there and doing your thing and elevating them to that next level, man, I love that. And it's not even, debate is a sport. You told me that earlier. You might as well call it a sport. So getting them in something other than the basketball and the football, I think that's dope, man. You know what I mean? Letting them use their mind.
It's like, these are only going to take you so far, and they degrade, man. It's like, human bodies age like milk.
Man.
Like, we get bigger, we get chunkier, we start falling apart, we start smelling bad because we're all dying. Like, bodies age like milk. Minds age like wine. This can always improve.
Right.
I can only make this so strong.
Yep, you learn something new every day.
Exactly.
A lot of things every day.
And use that knowledge. You apply it. It's like if you're the one coming in with logic and another person's coming in all angry to a problem, who's going to come up with a better solution?
You feel me? Food for thought. So besides that, man, again, thank you so much for coming down here, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna get a song. If you can send me some music, we're gonna have to play so that they can hear it also.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to plug? Anything else you want to tell them about, man?
Man, I want to say it's all a team effort. I want to say thank you to literally everyone who has had a hand in this. I cannot possibly imagine trying to do this alone. It has been nothing but a team effort, and it will continue to be nothing but a team effort. I stay committed to my community fully. I got some stuff in the works that I'm going to be able to announce, more stuff that I'm doing for this community, teaming up with organizations, being signed with CX1 DJs and E&E Entertainment allows me to provide people a bigger platform. It didn't take me away from this community. It allowed me to be more for my community. And I just want to say thank you, man, for your support over the years. And
man,
thank you to everyone.
I'm going to rock with you regardless of what happens,
everyone who has made this possible. Thank you.
Hey, to the man that's doing this thing, if there's anything that you would like broadcasted, you know what I mean, just let me know. We'll set up another interview in like a year from now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I'm going to be around. I'm going to be at Highland Park for at least a year, man. I got some stuff I got to take care of in Topeka first.
Cool.
So I'm going to be around, my man. And trust me, everything that I do, I'm going to point it right back here because it started here. It's, you know, when a community lifts you up, it's your responsibility to turn that spotlight right back around and be like, I'm going to help you. Like, and not be a handout, be that hand up.
Yeah, come on, man, let's get it.
Yeah, it's like I'm eating, I want you to too. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go get it. I'm gonna help you get to it together.
Exactly. It's like I want to say this before we get out of here. Network is so important, and people break that into one word and not realize it's two. It's the sum of everyone's effort what makes things possible.
It's the network. Gotcha. See, man, game, man. You learn something new every day. I mean, this is how you broke it down. So, man, look out for what he's doing, man. October 6th, man. If y'all want to perform, holla at him. He said $30. If you want to knock on the door, it's $20. I'm gonna be in there. You know what I mean? Peeping it out. But come check it out, man. October 6th. If you got songs, you better come do it. You know
we want to see y'all. Everything from rockers to rappers to poets to lyricists to MCs. If you want to be on a microphone, we want to see you.
Can I dance? How do you get up there and do that?
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
Like. Atlantic Records, E&E, CX1, we got music videos, we need graphic artists. If you got graphic artists, I've been saying this, if you got graphic artists, pay you $30 and we let you set stuff up. Like, we got the whole parking lot, we got the venue for like 8 hours. It's ours. Like, we're doing it. Brian, shout out to Brian for being amazing. Like, over at the Booby Trap, if y'all have not been, it is a staple of Topeka art in general. History. You can't even say Topeka hip hop or Topeka rock.
You gotta say it's history. It does everything out there, man. I've been to a lot of shows. It's a little piece of history, man. The trap, the Booby Trap.
Exactly, October 6th, man. I appreciate you having me, man. It's always, you know, whenever I get to do local stuff, it always means just, you know, that little bit more.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. Like I said, we're gonna do another one about a year from now, and we're just gonna see the elevation that we both did, man. And we're gonna keep in touch. Appreciate you,
brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Signing out, man. Gasinc TV. One more time. Get in.